The last time I was in here, I took your words to heed. You told me that I was getting old and there was never going to be a time for me to turn around if I didn't turn around. I had to cut a lot of needless people out of my life, and I did that.
He quit heroin on his own. He moved out of a neighborhood full of drugs. He worked 80 hours a week just to stay clean. But there was one thing Stephen Dixon refused to do: report to his probation officer. And that one thing was about to cost him everything.
All right, we're going to go on the record in 2022, CR 6340B, State of Texas versus Stephen Allen Dixon. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Defense?
Ramon Stern for the defendant, Your Honor.
And are you Stephen Allen Dixon?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And counsel, the coordinator asked if you had filed your notice of retained counsel. When did you find it? When did you file it?
I believe it was yesterday, Your Honor.
All right. And Mr. Dixon, this is your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Mr. Dixon, I'm showing you what's entitled motion to revoke community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Stephen Allen Dixon who was placed on community supervision in 2022 CR 6340B for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 less than 1 gram, on September 29, 2022 for a term of 4 years? Is that you?
I'd like to think I'm a better guy, but yeah, that's me. Yes, it is.
All right, I just need you to answer the questions. All right, now is not the time for you to ingratiate yourself. I just need you to answer these questions. So is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Violated condition number 4 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Stephen Allen Dixon, who then and there failed to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of October 2022, November 2022, and December 2022 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
I think that's the only violation.
Yes. Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you to 16 months in the state jail facility and a $1,200 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation condition number 4 true. Is there an agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. It's for the defendant to remain in the Bexar County Jail for a drug court evaluation and a TAP evaluation and to follow all the recommendations.
All right, so here's the court's issue. And maybe someone can address this with me. When I placed him on probation in September, I had already ordered a drug court evaluation. And according to this, he's been missing, didn't show up. So number 1, well, the other number 1, there's no room for him at felony drug court because they're full. So why shouldn't he go to the state jail facility? Because the easiest thing to do is to report, and he did not.
Your Honor, my client has indicated that he made attempts to report. He got onto Zoom with his boss. He currently is gainfully employed, and they were unable to connect via Zoom. My client indicates that he did go to an in-person, and the door was locked. I spoke with the state, and we've come to the understanding that maybe he should have come here if he was unable.
Well, no, I mean, he's been missing since October of 2022. So that's October, he didn't report. November, he didn't report. December, he didn't report. January, he didn't report. February, he didn't report. March, he didn't report. April, he didn't report. May, he didn't report. June, he didn't report. And here we are in July. And I believe the only reason he's here before me is because he was arrested. Did he get arrested reporting? Or did somebody find him on the warrant and bring him in?
I believe it was found on the warrant.
So felony drug court is not available for him. Why shouldn't he be revoked? He didn't report. That's it. That's the easiest thing to do, is to report.
Your Honor, you had told me.
You want to raise your right hand?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
My name is Stephen Dixon.
All right. Do you wish for your client to speak?
Really want to speak? It's from what I got.
Go ahead.
The last time I was in here, um, I took your words to heed. You told me that I was getting old and there was never going to be a time for me to turn around if I didn't turn around. I had to cut a lot of needless people out of my life, and I did that. I moved from the apartment I was just because there were drugs in that neighborhood. I moved to an apartment closer to my job. I cut all the people out of my life. I quit heroin on my own. I see my son for 2 weeks. I haven't seen my son in over 10 years, but he knew I was sober. I'm trying, man.
But the question is, why didn't you report? That's the easiest thing.
In the whole mix of the mix of everything. You know, I work 80-something hours a week. I work 82 hours a week.
Oh, so you can't, here's the thing.
It sounded like a redemption story. He hadn't seen his son in 10 years but stayed sober anyway. But Judge Boyd had one simple question for him. If you really turned your life around, why didn't you just report?
I tried hard at first.
But let me just tell you this. Guess what?
It's my
When
fault.
people who are on probation
Yes, ma'am.
say, oh, I've got my life together, you still have to report. Otherwise, you're not on probation. Otherwise, it would be easy for everybody to do on probation. Let me take your probation, judge. I know I'm supposed to report to probation, but you know what? I'm living my life doing my own thing. I'm just not going to pick up any criminal cases. So I don't know what you all want me to do. Felony drug court is not available for him because they have no room for him at felony drug court. So either way, you're going into custody. If I decide to put you in inpatient treatment, you're going in custody. You're going to wait for a bed at the jail because felony drug court is not available for you. Probation?
Your Honor, felony, as you stated a couple of times, I do know that felony drug court is at capacity. We would like to do the tap in custody to see which facility will be best suited for him and for him to sign his original conditions of probation.
Okay. And I understand that's what probation wants, but I don't understand why he should not be revoked. And what's up with, is that a Spurs tattoo?
No,
Okay. You shouldn't hide it if it's not a Spurs tattoo because that makes me think things.
no.
Okay.
I'm originally from Oklahoma, man.
All right. So why shouldn't I send him to the state jail facility?
Your Honor.
And I know everybody is saying he didn't have a chance, but he didn't have a chance because he didn't report.
Your Honor, if we could give him, and I know this is an old way of saying it, is another chance. So that way, and I would be there along the way to make sure that he reports, to make sure that he does what he needs to do.
Probation.
Your Honor, I agree that Mr. Dixon had ample time to report. He knows, I mean, he was granted back in September. He could have come to the court at any time and you know that we would have taken care of him. I'm not quite sure what the issues are, or drug issues or so forth. You look at his previous criminal history, I know there needs to be an issue.
And see, my problem is he has done absolutely nothing. Zero. And if he would not have been arrested, he would still be out there not reporting. All right. Is there anything else from anyone?
Your Honor, my client is willing to submit to hair follicle testing right now to show that he hasn't been using UA right now to show he hasn't been using. He's willing to do that and to demonstrate that he is trying to stay on at least that part of the line. Again, as I indicated, I will be his retained counsel to tell him, you know, and guide him through the process of reporting.
All right. My problem is, again, he has done nothing and there's no excuse for not doing anything.
I understand, Your Honor.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. Court is going to grant the motion, sentence you to 6 months in the state jail facility. give you credit for any time served. I'll suggest the therapeutic community. There's a $1,200 fine. Time and money will run concurrent. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
All right, you have a limited right to appeal, and that is as it relates to the allegation in the motion, not the fact that you were on probation. We can go off the record. Mr. Dixon,
Yes, ma'am.
I understand what you're saying. However, the easiest thing to do on probation is report. Whether I would have sentenced you or not, you were still going to be in custody. Once you go to the state jail facility, I suggest you ask them to place you in the therapeutic community. And when you are released from the state jail facility, do better. All right, thank you.
9 months, not a single report. Judge Boyd had heard every excuse in the book. Working 80 hours a week wasn't the problem. Reporting was the easiest thing he could have done, and he chose not to.